calling the internet police.
Welcome to the Game Case, a show for, well, anyone that plays World of Warcraft. The show rife with ramblings, tips, tricks, and goings-on in WoW. Here's your host, Chris Case.
Hello, hi, howdy, and welcome to this episode 18 of the Game Case. I'm Chris, also known as Cuddles, a brewmaster monk on Airy Peak in the Convert to Raid Guild. This week I'm going to run down my week in WoW, give you the latest update, as exciting as it is, on the race to World's First, talk about a little bit of Blizzard news that came out this week, and I also have quite a few shout-outs to throw out. So guys, buckle in, sit down, put your tray tables and seat backs in the upright and locked position, because here we go. So this week in WoW has been an incredible one for me. And I say incredible in that it was incredibly frustrating. I know that a lot of y'all are here because I am the positive guy, I am the enthusiastic guy, I am the one that is always sunshine, rainbows, puppy dogs, and unicorn farts. Unfortunately, it's not always like that. And this last week was really, it was a rough one, at least for raiding. Let me say that. I had a lot of fun outside of raiding, had a lot of fun in the world, but raiding was a little bit frustrating. Both of my teams seem to be stuck a little bit right now at 5 of 13, which shouldn't be that frustrating in and of itself, really and truly. We're doing well, we're progressing well. I have a one night a week team, and I have another team that's struggling to do 2 nights. We're scheduled with Bacon and Kegs to do 2 mornings. I think last week we had to kick out probably about 2 hours into raid just because of attrition. The attendance boss biting us in the behind, and that happens. But I'll fess up, and if we can have a little hashtag real talk moment. I've been having a little trouble, not really trouble, just problems with Earl, the IRL boss. And there's some work stuff going on. I'm being grumpy in general, and unfortunately I've been bringing that into the game. Now, we have a lot of stuff to talk about this week, but here coming up, as I think about this, as I mull on it, as I kind of kick it around and move through it and deal with this, I'm gonna take the end of one of my episodes and talk to you guys a little bit about how to better deal with not bringing Earl to raid, because even when you need a 10th guy, you don't want to bring Earl. He's not always the best guy to bring into raid. So with that said, I was a little grumpy. I'd like to publicly and passionately apologize to both of my raid teams for my subpar attitude this last week. I know Rubber Chicken said that they didn't even notice. I don't know that Bacon and Kegs did either, but I noticed. It was a big deal to me. And you know what? Bacon and Kegs is going to go in this week. We're going to extend our lockout on Gorfine, which I know that's kind of weird to extend your lockout that early in, but most of us are geared already, having come out of heroics. There are a couple of people that need tier pieces and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to skip those first 4. We're going to go right into Gorfine on Saturday morning. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. We should be able to get him down. I don't think we're going to have any issues at all. And Rubber Chickens, we were right there this week. We really and truly were. We got Gorfine next week. I've heard the next couple bosses can be a little bit easier, especially compared to the Kilrog Gorfine fight. I know we're going to have to contend with Iskar. Everybody's already got the add-on Iskar Assist, which I cannot give an informative opinion on this because I've only LFR'd it. But it is purported to be the add-on of all add-ons when it comes to that Iskar fight. Now, outside of raiding, I actually did have a lot of fun. and I was able to get out on my hunter. I was able to get some stuff done. I went out and got Fell Ranger Anara, which I believe I'm saying that right, but hey, it's video game. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. It's okay. It's my head canon. She's Anara in my head. And that's really what counts, because none of the rest of you can talk on this. So it's just me and the... Anyway. Fell Ranger Anara, for the hunters out there that have not heard about this. You see any hunters running around with one of the green fell wolves. If you've tried to tame one, you'll notice that it is an abomination. You cannot natively tame the green kind of fell wolf, the one that would match your fell pup that you can get from the rare up in the temple. So, what you have to do in order to be able to tame one of these fell wolves is go out and take out Fell Ranger Anara. She has all sorts of abilities that are meant to deal specifically with and be dealt with specifically by hunters. I have heard tell that if you go at her with another class, you will simply get one-shotted. I don't know that to be true. But I can say as a hunter, you have to use a full range of abilities. You have to use your tranquilizing shot. You have to use your counter shot. You have to use flare. You have to use Bestial Wrath, I believe it is, as well as Master's Call on your pet. She has an ability that soothes your pet. Basically, she's a big old pain in the butt, and she has, I believe it's either 5 or 8 million health. So she's a big daddy when it comes to rares. And what happens when you vanquish her valiantly on the field of battle? You get this you get a little potion that allows you to, like, I guess, dispel a bit of the fell blight that is on these wolves out in the wild around Hellfire, just anywhere in Tanaan you can find these guys. If you can't find them, Google Green Wolf Wowhead. You'll find them. So anyway, you go out, you throw this potion on him. It lasts for 1 minute. So basically, you get one chance to tame one of these fell wolves. I got very, very lucky. I was able to throw the potion on the fell wolf, and he didn't even attack me. He just kind of stood there and said, "Whoa, oh, okay, I guess I'll be your pet." It was really cool. It was kind of fun. So now my hunter is running around in some of that green Tanaan, just kind of the normal leveling gear that you're getting off of rares and stuff like that. That has a nice little green kind of forest rangery tint to it. He's got that on. He's got his fell wolf pup, and now I have my green wolf. And for the first time, I feel the magic of being a Beastmaster hunter and having all my little things line up and match and look all cute together. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. Running my hunter through LFR. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know, Swayze, Oseric, other Chamois. Maybe sneaking my hunter into a raid sometime in the next couple weeks. I know that that's slightly frowned upon on most teams. They don't want to set the precedent of, bringing alts. We're not raiding to bring your alts and gear them, but I'd like to sneak them in there, see if I'd actually enjoy raiding on a hunter, because I'm enjoying the heck out of just being out in the world. And I would like to note that my heroic exploits against Fell Ranger Anara might be Fell Rangari. I'm going to call her Ranger, and we're going to go with that. With the asterisk that it might be Fell Renari, or Rangari, or I don't know. I'm just, words, nonsense, noises. They're all just happening right now. So, I had a little bit of help from a guildmate by the name of Cake. Now, Cake is one of the absolutely most helpful and adorable folks in CTR. If you're in Convert to Raid, you haven't had the opportunity to meet Cake, then you probably haven't needed help with anything lately. Because Cake will drop what she's doing and do absolutely anything to help anyone. I love her attitude. She really is one of the reasons why our guild is so great. So big round of applause for Miss Cake. what you're doing in our community is why our community is as great as it is. And in honor of her help, my new Fell Wolf is named Cake, and my Fell Wolf pup has been named Cupcake. So I have Cake and Cupcake, and they follow me around in Tanan and help me kill things. So it's great. So again, thank you for that, Cake. It was a lot of fun. A whole kind of big adventure that we had out there in Tanan. And those are the little interactions and little fun things that really make an MMO what it is. That's why we're playing MMOs. I mean, isn't it, guys? So that we can have these fun, cool, kind of bonding experiences with others out in the world. Now, outside of WoW, I have not, as I have threatened to do, picked up StarCraft 2 as of yet. It's still on my radar. You still may hear me talking about it. I did get in a couple games of Hearthstone. I'm still trying to figure out that game. If anybody has any tips or tricks for Hearthstone or somewhere that I can go, I know the Angry Chicken folks are great. If there's any other Hearthstone podcasts or forums or anything like that, shoot me a message over on the Tweeter machine. I would love to hear about it, because it's definitely something. It's a quiet time kill game for me. You know, just those times where you're sitting around and you don't have much else to do. Now, I did get to play a little bit of HOTS, got some Butcher time in. Nothing really to talk about. Just a few games. Had a whole lot of fun with Miss Slyvana from the Australias. And that was about it. I believe Draven dropped in for a game or two. So thank you guys for the fun. We'll be back at some HOTS a little bit more this week once I get it re-downloaded on my freshly installed Windows 10 machine. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I'm not going to rant about my experience with Windows 10. But I will say, now that I have it reinstalled, I'm really excited. It's fun, it's snappy, it's responsive, and I'm actually enjoying Cortana. It's kind of cool to have that voice-activated search available on your desktop. But this is not a Windows 10 podcast. This is a World of Warcraft podcast. Is it not, my friends? If you have come here for information about Windows 10, Dungeons & Dragons, the newest car offerings from Kia, or all the nutritional facts for a McDonald's cheeseburger, well, you've come to the wrong place. Because we're going to talk about a little Blizzard news. Now, this was, I don't know, not really a whole lot going on this week. I was combing over the news feeds. We had some 6.2 hot fixes. There's a poll up on battle.net about your favorite dungeon encounter. They've released some Fury of Hellfire wallpapers. You know, just not really a whole lot going on that I've seen. There is Gamescom coming up that you can see here on the screen. Gamescom coming up next week, and that is a European European video game and electronics convention. Think something along the lines of kind of E3, but in the Europes. I believe it's in a European country that I cannot. Oh, hold on. There's something here. I'm just noticing this. I don't. Oh, what is this? Something about August the 6th and a live stream. This seems weird. Oh well, it looks like the new Xpac's getting announced! What? That is right, folks. You said it couldn't be done. You said that they would not do it. You argued and yelled and heckled people from the back saying, Blizzard only releases Xpacs at BlizzCon. Why would they release an Xpac outside of their control? Well, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. And maybe this is my optimistic newbie attitude. Maybe I'm the new girlfriend that hasn't been cheated on enough just yet. Maybe I'm just a little bit glass half full sort of guy. But Blizzard has said that they're not going to leave us in a raid tier like they did with Siege of Orgrimmar. Siege of Orgrimmar was 13 months, if I'm getting my math correctly. Now, they have already come out and said that Hellfire Citadel will be the last raid tier of this Xpac. So, that means that they have to have something out before June, July of next year. Also, we have a movie releasing in June-ish of next year. Now, I think Blizzard would be silly to not already have an Xpac on the table, already have the bugs worked out, and have it ready to go for those movie viewers that are either A, folks that have been away from Warcraft for a while and are going to go see the movie and go, for the Alliance! Or for the Horde! Or, something entirely else that I don't even... For the Jaina! Whatever battle cry that they're going to leave that movie theater with, along with their exorbitant popcorn bills and soda pop hangovers, they're going to leave that movie theater wanting to play Warcraft. Whether they're old players, whether they're current players, or whether they're new players, there is going to be some conversion out of that movie. Now, Blizzard is going to want to have something out there and going. And with the timing of this announcement, it looks like they're going to be able to do that. So on August 6th, in Cologne, Germany, I believe that's right. Is this Cologne? Yes, Cologne. Wow, good call. In Cologne, Germany, at the press release / blog post up on the site says 8 a.m. Pacific. The infographic, or the graphic, I guess, that Blizzard put out says 9 a.m. Pacific. I know I'm working from home that day. I will not be in the office. I will be sitting in front of the computer with rapt attention. And yes, Frosty, I'm right there with you. I cannot wait to yell for my faction in the theater. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. The movie theater for fans of the franchise, and myself included, even being so new to it, not having the relationship of you that the relationship with it that many of you have formed over multiple years, some of you over a decade. This is going to be incredible with the folks involved with Industrial Light and Magic. This is going to be at least a visually wonderful movie. But let's not dive into what we think the movie's going to be. It doesn't come out until next summer. We got plenty of time to talk about that. I'm going to take that, file it away for a slow news week, which this is not. Because, as I said, 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. That's about noon on the East Coast. That's about 2 a.m. for my Aussie brethren. So set those alarms, go to bed early, wake up even earlier, and make sure you tune in. I have not seen any details as of yet as to how they're going to be streaming this, where this is going to be available. As I said, I'm going to be taking not quite the day off work. I'll be working from home, but you can bet that I'll probably miss any phone calls that come in during the stream. So they are going to be revealing our next Xpac. August 6th, Gamescom. It's happening. That's right. If you thought that this wasn't going to happen, go check out Donkey Boy on Twitter. That's at DUKROUS at Dukrus. He has had to rename himself Donkey Boy today, as well as change his avatar because of a bet made in the Monk IRC Peak of Serenity with another user by the name of Terraburn. Duke maintained wholeheartedly that we would not see this Xpac until BlizzCon. Terra said he was wrong. He agreed with me, said that Gamescom would be it. Now, we get a Xpac announcement in August. You have to figure that we're going to go ahead and see a beta at BlizzCon, whether it will be for BlizzCon attendees specifically, or whether they will simply I would expect we're going to see some concept art, maybe a short video at this announcement. And then BlizzCon, we'll see an extended video. At the end of it, they'll go, and it's live in beta today! Or something along those lines to get us all to stand up, clap, cheer, cry a little bit. That will be the big moment at BlizzCon. I've seen a lot of people complaining, oh, well, this is why I bought tickets to BlizzCon, to see the Xpac release. Quite frankly, if you're paying the amount of money that it costs to go to BlizzCon to see a 5-minute announcement, I understand the hype. I understand the excitement. But guys, look at what you're doing. It's what, BlizzCon tickets were like $200, and then you got to get yourself to Southern California. You got to stay there. You got to eat. You got to lodge. You got to. It's a lot of money to go there for the community. Go there for the parties. Go there for. I promise you, they will still have us standing on our chairs, jumping up and down, screaming and yelling, trying to stay away from the filthy hordes for us Alliance folks, or for you filthy hordes, rummaging in garbage cans, and I don't generally not showering and bothering people. I feel like that's what horde folk do, because, for the Alliance! But anyway, I did post a question over on Twitter asking what your thoughts would be about the Xpac, and I got a whoppingly large grand total of one response from our good friend Net Surfer over in Australia. Net says, at the Game Case show, new Xpac will be the great ancient war when the Burning Legion first attempted to take over Azeroth. I like that. We've heard a lot of Ashara. Of course, everyone always bandies about the Emerald Dream when this comes about. There's a lot of speculation. I want Murlocs as a playable race. That's it. I haven't been around long enough to really say much more than that. I just want to be able to run around as a Murloc. Other than that, it's a week away. We're going to have, by the time you're listening to this, it is less than a week away. Actually, by the time I'm recording this, it is 10:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 7:30. So it is less than 1 week until we get this announcement. Have fun. Make all your predictions. I'm gonna come out here and make a bold statement. Actually, I'm gonna make 2 bold statements, if you'll allow me. Can we have a real moment? Do I have your permission here, chat room? And for those listening at home, nod. I hope you're on like a bus or something and people think you're crazy. But since you've given me your permission, thank you. 2 bold statements, 2 bold predictions here. First and foremost, they will announce the Xpac on Thursday. 2, it will be an expansion to the current World of Warcraft. That's all I got, guys. I'm doing this so that I can say next week, well, I told you guys it was going to be an expansion and it was going to happen on Thursdays. Because outside of that, come on, none of us know. It's all speculation, hearsay, and rumor. I've heard a lot of talk about Demon Hunters as a new class. That would be wonderful. There's a lot going on. We're gonna get all the news on Thursday, so have fun with this. Go out there, put on your tinfoil hat, put your prediction out there in the world. If you're slightly braver than I am and want to go out on a limb, tweet at the Game Case Show. Let us know what you think the next Xpac's gonna bring. What do you want it to bring? What, for some of you that maybe have left and are still listening to my podcast, what do you want this expansion to bring that maybe would bring you back? Is there anything? Is there something that they could change? If they turned WoW into an entirely mobile game, would that bring you out? And that's gonna about do it for Blizzard news. I mean, that's the big thing, guys. Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. It will be streamed live from Cologne, Germany. I'm sure there will be plenty of details. I'm not even going to tell you to watch the show Twitter to find the details, because let's face it, once they come out, they will be everywhere. It was funny. I was actually in a excuse me. I was in a conference for work, like in a meeting, and came out, sat down at the computer. I actually had the Battle.net launcher up. I saw the live stream event on the Battle.net launcher, and I'm immediately texting a friend going, "Hey man, did you hear about the announcement?" He's like, "No, what's the announcement?" I was like, "Dude, live stream." And he's like, "Yeah, I heard about that 2 hours ago. Where have you been? Have you not looked at Twitter?" And then, of course, Twitter explodes. Draven in the chat room has said he wants more orcs, more garrisons, more shipyards, and only one raid. Going out on a limb here, Draven. I'm going to guess that's sarcasm, buddy. That that is probably the exact opposite of what none of us want. Although, I'll be honest, I'm still having fun with my garrison. Shipyard hasn't really grabbed me, but I am enjoying it. I've discovered the dailies, like everyone was screaming at me, out in Tanan, so I'm getting those done. It's happening. I think that there's good things going on right now. So, you know what? I said that I wanted to talk about this later, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about this now, if you'll allow me. And that's coming to Raid, coming to the game with a clean slate. As a greeter / event planner in Convert to Raid, I get to deal with a lot of the public in our guild in many both pleasant and unpleasant situations. And I don't have to deal with the really unpleasant ones, but occasionally there's things that'll happen in chat and one of us will need to speak up, simply because there's nobody else around. And more often than not, folks that are acting out in guild chat, folks that are being grumpy in Raid, it's because there's something going on outside. Something that it's not you. It's not the game. It's you never know what's going on behind someone's closed doors. When they clock out of work, when they get in their car, when they drive home, you have no idea what they're going home to. Are they going home to an empty house? Are they going home to an abusive family? Is it as simple that excuse me, is it as simple as every day they go home and their dog is pooped on their couch and they just really can't stand that? It's everybody deals with things in different ways, and a lot of times the anger that we see and we feel that is directed towards us, and in my case, the anger that I was directing towards others was not because of my raid team. I'm not fed up with any of my raid teams. I'm sorry if I acted like that, guys. This game, or gaming in general, can very often be an escape for us. But oftentimes, we allow the outside world to get to a point where we're not able to easily escape it. And to that I say two things. For one, if you feel like that, reach out to someone. If you don't have someone and you listen to the show, reach out to me. I care. I mean that truly and honestly. If you're having problems in your life and you're feeling overwhelmed, there are people that will be there for you, even if you feel like there's not. If you have somebody in your life, good, go to them. And I don't mean this in a, the world is crushing in around me, I need help sort of way. I'm talking about like you're just really having a rough day, you're crabby. Sometimes you need to step away. Sometimes you need to take a break. Sometimes maybe you don't need to be at raid. Maybe you need to take, if you know that raiding is a somewhat stressful environment for you, and you're already kind of, you can feel yourself getting to that wall. Maybe this Tuesday I should have just been like, guys, Earl the IRL boss is just whipping my butt. I need, I need some time. And that's okay. If your raid team doesn't understand that sometimes real life is more important than this game or any game, then you probably need to find another raid team. Or you're on like Method or Paragon and you have to, you're required to raid because that's your job and you're making money and you have like cool t-shirts to sell and stuff like that. But even those guys, I've mentioned this on the show before, but Method they had 1 or 2 pulls left when they downed Archimon because Cusnum's mom was having her 50th birthday party. Now, you don't think those guys wouldn't have raided for a couple more hours? Sure. But sometimes there's things that are more important in life than a video game. And we know that, and it's easy to say that for other people. It's very easy to recognize, well, okay, it's my mom's birthday. I need to not be in game. I need to be with my mom. Well, here's something that oftentimes we don't find as easy, nor do I find very easy. And that's realizing that we, meaning yourself, myself, we're people too. We're important. And don't think that by going into a raid or going into whatever activity it may be in life, don't think that letting someone else down should outweigh your mental health. And sometimes you got to take a day. Sometimes you got to step away. You got to take a breath. And that's what I would encourage anyone out there that is getting frustrated with writing, that's getting frustrated with life. If you can take a break from it, take a break from it. Now, of course, if you're a neurosurgeon and you need to perform emergency surgery on someone tomorrow or they're going to die, please go do that. Take your personal time afterwards. But if you're a raider in World of Warcraft and life is getting you down, don't just tell your raid that you're not going to be there. Maybe don't broadcast it in your raid forum or talk about it in Vent or even post it in GroupMe. But we all know that there's those people that you gravitate towards in your raid. There's going to be some people that you're close to. Maybe it's outside of your raid. Maybe it's in real life. Reach out to those people and let them know what's going on. Know that you do not have to weather your storm alone. There's some things that other people can't go through with us, but that doesn't mean that they can't be there for us. So I encourage you, seek out those people. And as I said, if you can't find those people, if you don't have those people, I'm here. I'll be those people. I can't promise that I'm going to fly halfway across the country and give you a shoulder to cry on, but shoot me a DM over on Twitter, and I will get back with you. I will do whatever it is that I can to help out. And I guarantee I'm not the only person. I am by no means even one fraction of the kindest person out there. There are people out there that care. There are people out there that will help. And with that, let's do a couple shout outs for the people that have been helping me kind of get through the times, the rockiness that I have been going through. Now, first and foremost, there is something that I neglected to mention. I should have mentioned this at the top of the show, and that is go check out, let me make sure I get this right, go check out GameOnMag.com/World of Warcraft. Now, what's GameOnMag.com/World of Warcraft, you ask? Well, that's a very good question. GameOnMag.com/World of Warcraft is a community World of Warcraft magazine put together by some absolutely amazing folks over in the EU. It is an entirely digitally distributed magazine. Really cool. You go to the site, they have this cool little viewer. You can flip through it, it's like a real like magazine. It's like I was blown away the first time I saw it a few months ago. And you look right on the cover right now, they have this really cool picture running of the trolls. And I had the honor of being interviewed for their anniversary issue, their 12th issue. You can check out pages 10 through 12 for that interview. But you know what? Don't just check out those pages. Check out the rest of the magazine. There's really some quality work being put into this. These folks are working hard. They're producing some great content. And, you know, outside of kind of the blogs and the websites and the podcasts and the videos that we're used to doing, it's kind of cool to just sit back and flip through a digital magazine. It's a unique way of consuming information. And the folks at Game On Mag are absolutely top-notch at what they do. So check that out. Once again, that's gameonmag.com/wow. I will have a link for that in the show notes if you missed it. But please go check them out. Check out especially the interview with the game case. I think I did okay. I didn't sound like too much of a moron. But it was I'm just honored and blessed to be able to participate in something as incredible as what they're doing with WoW Community Magazine. So beyond that, big shout out to the folks at the Converted Podcast, Navox Belsh and Salmisis. They've been, Navox especially, he has been an absolutely wonderful, huge help here lately. Just giving me some tips and just kind of being there, being like my bro dude. Being able to bounce some stuff off him, having him in a group me, and being able to just talk podcasting and geek stuff and IT things, and it's a lot of fun having him around. Also, of course, as always, to the Worgen's Howl, or the Worgen Howl podcast. That's worgenhowl.blogspot.com. Frosty and Kaz, who are both in the chat room tonight, thank you so very much for your support, and even more than that, thank you for what you guys do. Your podcast is truly it's a benchmark. It really is. It's something great that's being done in our community. If you're not listening to it, you should. And another member of our chat room, I would be remiss in mentioning, he is one of the folks that actually has put up with my grumpy behind the last probably week or two over in Rubber Chicken Coalition. That is Mr. Draven Dresden of the Epic Fail podcast. I will actually be a guest on their show tomorrow night at 12:15, and just very, very excited to be part of the really cool things that they've been doing. Very, very excited about what Draven and Epic Fail are doing. Their Draven Gank and Charlotte are doing some really cool stuff. They just got up on YouTube, or they've been on YouTube. Psh, sorry about that. They've been on YouTube. They just got over on Twitch, and just kind of seeing some of the changes that they're going through, and the excellence that they're striving for and achieving has been absolutely just an honor to watch, and I am very excited to be a part of what they have going on coming up here very soon. I'd also like to give a ghost shout out. Oh gosh, Draven has a special background for me tomorrow night. Make sure you tune into that, by the way, at twitch.tv/epicfailpodcast, and it'll definitely be a good time. I kind of feel like I'm walking into a roast. Like they're just gonna sit there and tell horrible jokes about me for an hour. But I am prepared to talk about Warcraft, so hopefully we'll do a little bit of that. But a special kind of a ghostwriter shout out here. I don't know if that's the right term, but to everyone that has given us reviews on iTunes. I've had some issues with Windows 10, so when I sat down to do the show notes, of course I could not pull up iTunes. It would not install. So I do apologize for not reading those reviews, but I have read them. I just don't remember them wrote from memory nor your names, but I appreciate each and every one of you. Please keep those iTunes reviews coming in. Also, thumbs up on Stitcher, thumbs up, subscribe on YouTube, follow the things on the Twitter, all the things that are out there. Please like them, hug them, subscribe them, cuddle with them, because that's what I do. So, with that, I think that's going to do it here for, oh, I forgot this last week. And let me go ahead and mention this at the very end of the show. WoW progress. The Race to World First, obviously well over and done. Method Paragon Exorcist from scratch, all at 13 of 13. And we actually have Ponanza came in World 5th. That's happened since the last week. They're on the EU on Kazakh. So congratulations to Ponanza. That now puts Midwinter out of the top 5. We're still waiting on US first. Guys, we're still cheering for you. I know it's got to be frustrating. I know it's been a long time. I can't even imagine. I don't know if they're still optimistic, if they're dragging in the dust. What's going on? We will be endeavoring to get somebody from Midwinter on here and have a brief conversation once they go ahead and get that US first. I still believe in them, but Limit is rapidly gnashing their teeth right at their tails. So we will see. We will see. Hopefully we will have a US first. We also have Vodka on the Storm Rage at 12 at 13. And yeah, that rounds out the US contenders right now. So we'll keep you posted over on Twitter at the Game Case Show. And with that, that'll be all for episode 18. Very much appreciate you being here. If you'd like to join our audience and hang out in the chat room like these wonderful folks, Frosty Fox, Kaz, Kazl, I'm going to call you Kaz, Superior Brandon, and Tim the Trooper, as well as Castlebrick, who had to kick out a little bit early. Guys, thank you. Thank you for coming. If you'd like to hang out and be part of this cool, wonderful, fun, unique, and not at all exclusive group, come join us on twitch.tv/thegamecase at 10 p.m. each and every Thursday evening. Thank you for listening to episode 18. You can find me on Twitter at Mullet863. You can find the show at The Game Case Show. You download us on iTunes and Stitcher. Catch recordings of the live show as well as our tips, tricks, and kill videos at youtube.com/thegamecase. Or you can just find all of the things on the official site of The Game Case Show, thegamecase.com. That is going to wrap us up for this week. Thanks again for everyone that showed up. I do well and truly appreciate you. Thank you. Have a wonderful week. Let us know what your predictions are, because next time we go live, we will know what the next Xpac is. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Game Case out.
Thank you for joining us this week inside the Game Case. Please join us next week for more news, tips, and ramblings about the World of Warcraft. Game Case out.
World of the Warcraft.